It's LaxWrap golf and sink that putt. But avoid the hazards or pay the price. Sand traps? Nothing compared to the vicious long pole gauntlet. You need to tuck that approach shot in tight for the gimme. Or why not work the hidden ball trick? That's not it. This is. If you take a mulligan, you might end up on your wallet. Then there's the long ball. You know, you drive for show, but you putt for go. Cha-ching. And you gotta be accurate from a tough lie. That's just not golf. Sometimes that hole looks too tiny to breach. Other times, it's an ocean. Check your golf bag for a crowbar, pry it loose, and then sink that putt. Drive it long and straight, and try not to lose your feet on the celly. LaxWrap, now!
Hello, LaxRatz Nation. It is week 4 of LaxWrap, and we are full of information, and I have my full crew together. I've got the coach, Chris Jewett. I've got Tauli Anderson on the girls' side, and we've got a full show for you. So let's get right to it. Have one result. I know a lot of people were interested in the result. Maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't. But last night, Thursday night, Mater Dei visited Loyola, and that game went OT. Finally, the Cubs prevailed in overtime over Mater Dei. The Monarchs, who did send me their updates, were led by Tristan Jewell, Evan Curry, and Lucas De La Paz with 2 goals each. And that's the same Lucas De La Paz that's batting about 85% from the face-off circle. Also in goal, Nick Calignan. All right, let's get back to Nick for a brief second here. Last week, we were trying to pronounce his name. Tauli said Calignan. I said, hey, it's French. I think it's Collignon. But the DM folks were busy, and so on Tuesday we got a text from a fan who said they really know what's going on, and they said, hey, that goalie's last name is Callejon, like it's Italian, and they said, trust me, we're from New Jersey, LOL. So I told our producer Lisa, we're going forward with Collejon, the flying Italian. Well, Nick himself messaged a couple of hours later and said, just watch the video. The French pronunciation is correct. So now I'm confused. And I'm going to defer to Mater Dei coach Johnny Rodriguez, because we stuck a mic in front of him and said, solve the mystery for us. So here's what Johnny had to say.
Calignan. It's not Calignan. It's Collion. Colignon.
Okay, that's it once and for all. The good news is, Nick, you're getting some LaxRatz swag. We're going to get you some swag. We're getting you the t-shirt. We're getting you the sticker because you provided a great segment for us. And if anybody else has difficult to pronounce last names, be sure you let me know before we run any video of you so we don't mess it up. Okay, continuing on with the boys' side. Chris, I know you've been busy, or Coach, why don't you tell us what's been going on the boys' side?
Yeah, so I had the chance to catch up with John Fox over at Foothill High School, perennial power out here. They have a huge game coming up this Saturday at Loyola. Boys' side started to shape up a little bit. I'd say the top teams right now are Loyola, Mater Dei, St. Margaret's, Foothill, and possibly PV. That said, it's really hard to figure out because teams are going to start getting into their league play and their seasons right now. And Fox talked about something that I'm hearing from a lot of coaches, which is it's hard to get a feel for your team and what's going to happen because a lot of guys are playing football and playing soccer. I have that at Bosco as well going on right now. He did say that this team, he absolutely loves them, loves their work ethic, loves their spirit, loves their hustle. They are missing 4 starters possibly due to injuries. And he said that this game is basically going to start their season with a full roster minus the injury guys. Talked a little bit about his great goalie, Joey Garcia, who's committed to Utah. So I'm excited to see the outcome of this game. But again, Foothill's the type of team, it's like Duke lacrosse in college. You do not want to see them in the playoffs because as things start progressing throughout the next month, they're going to get better and better, especially if they get those injured players back. I had Coach Glowacki over at Los Al, one of my good buddies, sent me a goal of the week. It's our good friend Ed Sheen, committed to Ohio State. Little guys, you watch this goal, it's a textbook question mark. With the extension, the footwork, watch Ed do this, it's fantastic. So I had a chance to catch up with Nick Dallas. I've known Nick for years now. Nick played at Marina High School, then went back east to play D3 at a small D3 in Massachusetts called Regis. He came back, coached Marina High School, where he was Sunset Coach of the Year, and now he's helping out with Edison High School, and he runs Huntington Beach Youth Lacrosse. So he talks a little bit about both.
So at Huntington Beach Youth Organization, we have a couple of teams. We have a 2-3-4th, a 5-6, and a 7th, 8th grade team. What we really try to primarily focus on, right, is doing the fundamental building blocks. We practice every Thursday from 4:30 to 6 p.m. at Fulton Middle School. So Edison High School is 4-1. We have an outstanding player by the name of Ben Booth, and we are actually a very young team. We only have about 4 or 5 seniors, and the rest of our guys are sophomore, freshmen, and juniors.
My new league, Skill, Southern California Independent Lacrosse League. We're going to do a Player of the Week. So this week it's Axel Gonzalez. He's an 8th grader, plays for Ronan. Great kid. I've watched him for the last 2 years. I love his lacrosse IQ. He's a wonderful young man, and he has 2 twin brothers who are 6th graders coming up the ranks. So watch out for them. Great family.
Hi, my name is Axel Gonzalez, and right now I'm playing for Ronan Lacrosse, and I'm in 8th grade. And today I got 2 goals and 3 assists, and my favorite player is Michael Sowers.
All right, Chris, thanks a lot for the update, and we will keep an eye on those teams. As you'd mentioned off camera, it sounds like maybe we'll see some crystallization among who the top teams really are in the next couple of weeks. Now, we mentioned the Loyola Mater Dei game, and we managed to get an interview with the Mater Dei head coach, Johnny Rodriguez. Here's what he had to say.
Coach Rodriguez, Mater Dei High School. Some of our keys to the game are 1, score more goals than they do. That's a pretty important one. Without getting in too deep, we got 2 really talented teams here, 2 well-coached teams, a lot of athletes out here, and a lot of guys that aren't afraid to hit or get hit. So I think it's going to be a good one. I got to start with my goalie. He's the general of our defense, Nick Coleone. He's been, since his freshman year, he's been a starter, and since his sophomore year, he's been a team captain. He's currently a junior, and I think he's probably nestling around 65% state percentage right now. The other X factor is our X-man, Lucas De La Paz, we're looking for him. Both face-off guys have had a great season thus far. So I think it's going to be a showdown at the X today. One goal that we want to accomplish, we set back in 2019 before COVID hit. We want to win a CIF championship. Shout out LaxRatz, appreciate what you guys do. You guys are helping grow the game and we love it.
My name's Newt Krause. I'm the defensive coordinator for Mater Dei High School. Keys to the game, we got to win the face-off battle. We got to be great on ground balls. We got to be able to clear. And we got to bury the shots that we can get on offense. Goals for the season with this group is we got to continue to improve every day. We got a lot of young guys who are stepping up into some big roles. So, it starts every day in practice, getting those guys to improve, and then learning how to take each game 1 game at a time and not looking forward over any opponents, but really conquering 1 week at a time. And ultimately, if we focus on those 2 things, I think we're going to like where we end up at the end of the year. One defensive player to have a breakout season. I'll give a little shout out to our D-mid crew. We got Connor Detloff, number 2. We got Blaze Perales, number 16, and Matt Rogers, kids in his prime, number 23. They've been playing really well together. LaxRatz, you're the best.
In addition, we have caught up with Los Al coach Matt Conniff, and here's how that interview went.
I'm Coach Matt Conniff, coach Los Alamitos High School. Our goals for the season is to get 1% better every day, but most importantly, win every game. But win as a team, win again for others. That's our motto this year, is for others. And win every little thing we can do. Win the sunset, make the playoffs, but doing it 1 thing at a time and focusing on 1 thing at a time. Well, it's already known that Drew Anderson and Ed Sheen, the 1-2 punch we have. But on the back end, we have Julian Jenkins, a long, lanky, rangy defender. As a junior, he's really come out from himself from last year as a sophomore, put on some size, put on some speed. Look for him to have a great shutdown style defense. Hey, LaxRatz, thank you very much.
We managed to talk with Casey Chabola, the head coach for Culver City, and here was his interview.
Casey Chabola, Culver City High School Lacrosse. We have pretty lofty goals. Being one of the top-ranked teams in Division II is going out and proving it on the field. So, group's been together for about 6 years, playing together. So it's the time that we've been waiting for a long time to get this group to this point. Last year, our season got cut short, obviously. So, kind of seeing where we were last year, but now building on where we thought we were last year is seeing how good we are this year. So basically, we're led by our seniors, Justin Behe at attack with Justin and Gabe Marati at attack, and then led in our defense by Ray Sugiyama and Quentin Brunson. They're looking to have an outstanding year. Oh, give a big shout out to LaxRatz. Make sure we get on there. And Coach Chris, quit dissing us. We're not the sleeper team. We're here, Coach Chris.
I think that's a wrap on the boys' side. Tauli, I know you've been busy on the girls' side. What do you got?
Hey, you guys have been busy too with some Zoom chats, me as well. I chatted with senior at Chapman University, Sarah Spieth. She used to play at Oaks Christian and was captain over there, current captain right now at Chapman. And she's faced some adversity throughout her college career. So I asked her what kind of advice that she would give to young girls that maybe are watching this show. And here's what she had to say. So I'm here joined with Sarah Spieth, and she is a senior at Chapman University, lacrosse player. You are from Thousand Oaks. You played at Oaks Christian in high school. First and foremost, how are you doing, and how is it back playing again?
I'm good. I've been doing well. It's honestly crazy. I'm like very, very grateful that we are able to have a season, even though it's looking a little different right now. But we're just getting back up. Our first game is actually this Saturday at home. So looking forward to that. But overall, pretty good so far.
How was that downtime for you and your teammates? You guys did not play together, I presume, or even practice. It was more just individual work?
Right. Yeah, it was a lot of individual work. It was definitely difficult kind of connecting the team because we did get a lot of freshmen. We really wanted to give them the best experience. Like being a freshman on the team is like, it was one of my favorite years by far. It was so fun, like meeting the team and getting involved. It was hard not being able to kind of do that in person like we normally were able to. But we still kind of like tried our best like through Zoom and like all that kind of stuff and like keeping them involved and like doing different activities where we could just to like make sure that everyone kind of felt a little bit like they were part of a team.
You being a captain now, let's backtrack a little bit. At Oaks Christian, you were a two-time team captain. And how was that helping those younger classmen and getting them more playing time or just making them feel comfortable? And then that transition to college for you now being captain on a college team?
Right. My high school experience was a little bit different. Actually, my grade really started the lacrosse program at Oaks Christian for girls lacrosse.
You can watch the full interview on our YouTube channel.
It's great to hear from Sarah and seeing that she didn't stop through all of her adversity. She's graduating here in the next few months from Chapman University. I also got a chance to sit down with two sisters through Zoom, Sophia and Reagan Lobner. They play for Newbury Park High School, having an amazing season. I wanted to see what the experience is like being on the same team together, and here's what they had to say. Well, I am here with Sophia and Reagan Lobner. They are two sisters at Newbury Park High School. Sophia is a junior, Reagan is a freshman on the varsity girls lacrosse team. First and foremost, how are you girls doing today?
We're great. We just got back from a little bit of a workout and just enjoying spring break.
Sophia, you are a junior captain on this team. How has that experience been so far for you?
It's been great. It's really fun for me to help teach the newer players since we have a lot of them this year. So it's fun to just like help be a part of a coach and just help them teach because I love doing that. I'm a coach for the Prowlers, which is like our youth program. So I'm glad that I'm able to spread my knowledge on the team.
And coming off of COVID, how was it during that downtime? And then now you are a captain. Essentially you were a sophomore last year. Now you're a junior captain. You had that 1 year off and all of those seniors had gone on their way into college now. How's that transition been for you?
The transition for me was actually pretty easy. So it was good. I kept up.
Reagan, let's get you in here. Your sister's been playing lacrosse for some time, as I'm sure you have been too. You're coming off in 8th grade, middle school, transitioning into high school. That's already huge. And then you become varsity off of COVID. How's that been? And of course, staying and playing with your sister, I'm sure, as much as possible.
I mean, it's been great. It's definitely been a little intimidating just going to like the big leagues. But everyone's really nice and like the coach is really good. All the girls are very fun and the team's great, so that's fun. And yeah, I love it. I've been looking forward to playing on this team for a couple years now. And it's just really exciting that I finally get to be here and contribute, and it's awesome.
Visit our YouTube channel for the full video.
Excellent interviews, great stuff. Tauli, what's coming up?
Few upcoming games this week to look forward to, starting in Ventura County. Newbury Park plays Thursday the 22nd at Agora. Then they're home Saturday on the 24th, hosting Foothill. This will be Foothill's first away game. I'm excited to see that game. Still in LA County, PV also has a few games this week and to look forward to, playing at home Wednesday the 21st against Peninsula. And then here in Orange County, where I'm living now, Foothill has their last home game before going on the road for the first time this season. They'll play Thursday the 22nd against El Modena, and then they're in Ventura County. I'm excited to see Foothill and Newbury Park play each other. I watched Foothill last week play J. Sarah, and they absolutely stomped on those young girls 17-4. So I'm looking forward to the rest of this season.
So Foothill is top ranked among the girls teams, and that J. Sarah team was ranked 7th. So that's not just cannon fodder that they were stomping on. It sounds like Foothill's legit.
I would say they're the real deal. I did see the CIF did come out with a few new rankings. Top 5, number 1 being Foothill, 2 Mater Dei, 3 Newbury Park, 4 Edison, and 5 Santa Margarita. As well as, I'm sure you guys saw the good news too, playoffs are going to be happening here in Southern California.
Yeah, and somebody needs to break up Mater Dei. I mean, both their boys and girls teams have come out of nowhere to rank very, very high in both Division I rankings, so it'll be interesting to see how they do in the playoffs. Hey, hopefully you found the Chop Shop weekly podcasts that are going on, the theme being life lessons in lacrosse. The current show that's up features Tom Borgia and Jeff Emery. They're the head coach and JV coach for the Redondo Union girls lacrosse program. Great stuff on both of them, both in terms of the culture they've created and the culture that they abandoned, running wild in the South Bay in their 20s. But prior to that, we had Gary Greenbaum on. He's a lifetime lacrosse junkie and current official in Southern California. So it's good. You might be able to get a chance to figure out why he makes the calls that he makes on that show. And this coming week, we're going to feature Robbie Stack. Robbie is another lacrosse junkie, grew up in the East Coast, was an incredible 5-sport athlete. We're going to talk about why he chose lacrosse, how he graduated college after scoring the game-winning goal in overtime against Villanova, his last game in college. Went into the business side and it didn't resonate. So he found his way back to lacrosse in his late 20s, is now coaching, and I think is going to be a lifetime lacrosse guy. So you'll be interested in hearing what Robbie has to say. Okay, hey, look, first of all, I want to tell everybody how much we appreciate the information that you send us, the game updates, the correct pronunciations of players' names is always helpful, but also the videos that you're sending us. And as we move into top 10 plays, remember, if we don't have your top 10 play, we can't show it, so it doesn't make the list. So you know how to send us the top 10, send us your video, go to our website, click on the upload video, and send us those clips. And try to get them to us by Friday night, because if they're here by Friday night, when Lisa's putting the show together over the weekend, we can include those plays. And we really want your plays. I think we've had a couple of them so far. Speaking of that, let's get right into the top 10 plays. Let's take a look at what those top 10 were for last week.
At number 10, we've got Santa Margarita in white, Bosco in the dark, and on a hot spring day, nothing compares to a yard sale. Bosco's George Bratton is hosting this one. It's half off for any short stick. Oh, and there's pearls too. Clearing sale for this one. And coming in at number 9, this is a girls matchup between Peninsula and Redondo, and Seahawk goalie Morgan Walshin makes the save. Now there's 2 ways to clear it, by land or by air. and she's going to choose the latter, unleashing this aerial strike to Sydney Eberhard, who gathers it in and then turns on the jets, taking it right at the cage and finding the back of the net. And at number 8, here's a tribute to all the goalies out there. This is Crespi goalie Elijah Turbo, providing a clinic on rejection. These aren't just saves, they're steals, and he repeatedly robs shooters at point-blank range. At number 7, how about this? Mater Dei and Dark trailing Loyola by a goal, 12.5 seconds left in regulation, and it's number 12 with the tying goal to send it into OT, just like they drew it up. Another girls' highlight. This time it's Oaks Christian in the dark jerseys getting the ball to the middle, the 360 spin, and the goal. Here's Crespi Sam Hindle maneuvering for space and the clear, but his pass is picked off by Westlake's Connor Udoff, and he's got a clean look and nobody home. At number 4, this is Los Al's Sean Park with the ball. Watch the jab step, the swim move, and then the low to high laser. You get the impression he's done this once or twice before. Join the celly. You're gonna love this goal, but first watch the ball movement. Started out on top, cut and exchange, perfectly executed. Find the last cutter, that's Miracos's Jack Storer, the B2B goal. A perfect cap to a perfect setup, just like in practice. Our number 2 play, and it's some slick work here by Peninsula's number 7, who tiptoes in, stays out of the crease to squeeze this one off for a goal. He pays the price, but it was so worth it. And that brings us to our top play, and it features a double OT thriller between Costa in white and St. Francis in the dark jerseys. Sophomore Cole Jackson had all 3 of the Golden Knights' final goals, including the game winner. They showed such patience working for this one, and Jackson wins the game. And the LaxWrap swag for this week. I'm about ready to get out of here, but I've got a tug on the leash, which tells me that I have neglected social media. Tauli, help me out.
Of course, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube to see our weekly show and other videos that we post throughout the week. You can find us at LaxRatz. Like, subscribe, follow along. We will see you on our social media.
Okay, that should do it for this week. It's time to head for the barn. For my co-hosts, Tauli and the coach, and for our producer, Lisa. This is Chopper saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.